Hi, everyone. I want to talk about why I think you should be careful with tarot or psychic readings on the topic of cheating. I want to share my personal story with you. This video is for both those of you that watch general collective tarot readings, but also those of you that are considering getting a private tarot or psychic reading because you are suspicious that your partner is cheating on you. I thought it might be interesting to share my personal story with you and why I think you really shouldn't go to tarot readers or psychic readers for these types of readings. I'm saying this even though I'm a reader myself, and I love using tarot and other oracles all the time for lots of different situations to help me make big decisions in my life. Let me just put this here more. But I do think that cheating is a topic that shouldn't be addressed with these tools, or at least we should be very, very careful when using them. So my story happened in 2010, a few months after my husband and I had a baby. What happened was that after having the baby, I got really exhausted because our son had stomach issues and he would cry every time he ate. So I was really tired and sleep deprived. My husband couldn't help me at the time because he was working and studying in the evenings. So I was pretty much alone in dealing with the baby. So I was really tired. Eventually, because of this, because of me being tired all the time, I started avoiding intimacy with my husband. I really didn't have any energy. And eventually my husband started feeling rejected during those first months. Now, the thing is, my husband and I, we never had trust issues in our marriage, and we both trusted each other. But my husband had a history of being cheated on by all his girlfriends, his previous girlfriends. When we met, he never really saw red flags in my actions, so he decided to trust me, and we didn't have any problems during our marriage. But this time around, he started feeling rejected by me, and a part of him started wondering and starting believing a bit that I was cheating on him. He told me this eventually. Now, what happened was that he ended up going to 3 different tarot readers to ask them if I was cheating. And all of them told him that I was in fact cheating on him. He knows a bit of tarot, and he told me afterwards that some of the cards that showed up several times were the Devil, the 3 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. Those were a few of the cards. These cards are often associated with toxic behaviors, lying, deceiving, cheating, and betrayal. So I wasn't surprised that the tarot readers interpreted them as a sign that he was cheating. But I was very shocked with the way they handled the situation and the very assured, confident way in which they told him very categorically that I was cheating. Like they were 100% certain that I was. I think they should have dealt with this very differently. I don't agree that this should be done with no topic ever, to be this confident in saying things. To start off, sorry. I believe that we as readers should always let the client know that we might be wrong. We might be having a bad day or not focusing too well. The cards might be picking up a different energy than the person we are trying to read. So those readers might not have picked up my energy, but my husband's energy. That's what I think happens. That and other things, biases, probably, things like that. There are lots of reasons why readers might get a reading wrong. And plus, cheating is a very big deal kind of topic, which can bring big consequences into a couple's life. So I think the readers should have been extra careful with the things that they said. So I want to share my thoughts with you regarding this experience. Number one, I understand why he did it, but I don't think that my husband should have gone to those tarot readers in the first place. I think that ideally, no one should go to tarot or psychic readers to find out about cheating. And that is for at least two reasons. First of all, it's a very emotional topic that is very triggering for both the person that is doubting their partner, but also for the tarot or psychic reader. Most of us have been cheated on at some point in our lives, and tarot psychic readers are no different. Plus, they hear about these cheating stories all the time because of their profession. So it's easier for the readers to also misinterpret the cards because of their own biases. As a general rule, usually it's not recommended to get a tarot reading when we are too emotional, as tarot is a highly projective tool, and when we are in a very heavily emotional state, our emotions get projected in the cards. And so often the cards that we get are not replying to our question, but are instead showing what we deeply feel, what we deeply fear, what we deeply desire, or what we deeply believe in, and not the actual truth. I think this is what happened to my husband. A part of him started believing and fearing that I was cheating on him. And so the cards picked up on that belief and fear. Sometimes the things that we fear, desire, or believe that are happening, are actually happening. We are actually correct. And that's when I think that tarot is accurate, most of the time. It's when our deep fears, beliefs, and desires actually correspond to the real truth. But oftentimes they are not correct. They are not showing the actual truth of the situation. We might fear that someone is cheating on us, and the cards show that, but the person isn't cheating at all, in fact. Secondly, I don't think tarot or psychic readings are the best tool for these types of situations. I'm a believer in finding the right tools and strategies that are the most effective to help us fix our problems. And that includes finding out for sure if someone is cheating on us. Tarot readings or psychic readings, for me, are not the best tool for these types of situations. The best, most accurate tool for these situations is hiring a private investigator or doing an investigation ourselves, so we can get real proof. If we don't have the money to hire someone, I wouldn't recommend going for a tarot or psychic reading, as I don't think we can really trust them that much for these types of readings. These readings are very emotional, are very triggering, and I think if we are doubtful that our partner is cheating on us, we should be on alert to see any more red flags, for sure. But also, sometimes we don't really need actual proof that someone is cheating for us to make a decision to keep the relationship or not. If the person is usually trustworthy, if they don't lie on anything else, if they make us happy overall, you might not feel the need to dig for the truth in this situation. And you might feel that it's enough for you to be 80% sure that your partner is not cheating for you to keep the relationship and drop the subject for the time being. Doesn't mean that you won't be paying attention to any future red flags, but at least you try to remain optimistic. And if you find that you can't really trust the person, then it's better to end the relationship, right? Also, a tarot or a psychic reading, I really believe in this, and I say this all the time. For me, they are just one more data point, one more element of information that we receive, and which we must compare with other data points regarding our issue. We should compare the readings that we receive with our intuition, common sense, logical analysis of our situation, with what other experts in these types of issues advise us to do, other issues. We should always compare any spiritual reading with all these other elements: intuition, common sense, etc. In my opinion, these types of readings are very powerful, and they, for me personally, they have really improved my life in so many different ways. And so, but they are very powerful when, even after we have considered what our own intuition, common sense, etc. is telling us, and if we still don't know what to do in those moments, we should go to these readings. We should try to get information from a spiritual reading. That's my opinion. Because they give us the extra bit of information or advice that can help us get unstuck, avoid problems, sometimes predict problems, which can help us avoid, and also make good decisions in our lives. Number 3, I want to talk to you about accuracy in these readings, generally speaking. A few years ago, I was quite surprised when I saw a survey online, a survey on the topic of accuracy in psychic readings. This survey was made between professional psychics from all over the world. It was an international conference of some sort, and the readers in that conference participated in this survey, which asked them what would they estimate that was their accuracy rate in their readings, in their professional readings. And to my surprise, when the results came, most of psychics said their accuracy rate was between 65 and 70%, which is not bad, but it's better than chance, right? And it's one more data point for us to help us get guidance in our life, to help us make decisions, right? But I think most people are not aware of this. Most people that go to tarot and psychic readings are not aware of this, that readers are not 100% certain all the time. Another thing is that I think most readers overestimate the accuracy of their readings. The vast majority of readers makes mistakes, but most of them don't like to say this out loud, not even for themselves, you know. But if you talk to experienced and humble readers, and being humble, it is a rare trait in this society, at least in the Western society where I'm speaking from. Humble and experienced readers will tell you that they often get things wrong in their readings. They might be an accurate reader overall, but we should never expect to reach 100% accuracy on every single reading that we do. Often, even with the best readers, they might say 10 things to us regarding our present situation in a reading. So let me just 10 things regarding our present situation in a reading, and we might feel that they are accurate in 7 things. That's good. That's still a 70% accuracy rate. And I personally would come back to that reader, and many of you would too, if they are giving us information, confirmation, if we feel that we are getting something important out of that reading, and we like their style, we will come back, right? And I also heard about scientific studies in the area of telepathy and clairvoyance. And the vast majority of studies that I found actually found 65 to 70% accuracy rate was typical. It's the majority of studies have found this rate. So that's still much better than chance. And since they are so helpful often, I don't see a reason why we should discard them when they obviously bring so much value to our lives. Some tarot reading, and this is some tarot readers and psychics believe that you get more accurate responses if you ask someone else to do a reading for you. That's why most of us professional readers go to other professional readers to get a reading for us. I tend to agree that it's better sometimes in some situations to get information from other readers. I actually prefer to read for myself, but it's really a personal opinion. However, I think most readers don't realize that, this is my opinion, even in those situations when we ask someone else to read for us, the cards will still pick up the client's energy and beliefs and feelings and fears, like we saw in my story. The fact is that when we as readers are trying to connect with the divine, the universe, God, spirit guides, source, whatever name you want to call it, when we try to connect with these things, as you can see from my story, we can still get it wrong. All those 3 readers got it wrong, which goes to show how misleading these readings can be in these cheating situations. And that is why I always try to tell the people that ask me for these readings, I often tell them about my story. And I also give this disclaimer, right, that you never should trust any reading 100%, and so on and so on. Okay, this is what I wanted to share. Let me know in the comments your opinion on this matter. I'd love to have a discussion about this, okay? See you in the next video. Bye-bye.